Welcome to Graphic Faith. I'm Karen Morris. To understand Christianity, we really need to understand sin. So let's get right into it. Most people, if you ask them, would say that the definition of sin is the bad things we do. But that's not what the Bible actually says. The Bible says the definition of sin is rejecting God, or more to the point, putting something else in God's place. You see, if God really is a higher power or an authority, then He has the right to rule our lives. And so when we let something else rule our life, then we are putting that in God's place. And most people put themselves in God's place. My life, my rules, my way. But there are lots of other things that people allow to dictate their lives. Often people allow money to dictate their lives, or their studies, their careers, their families, or even sport can dictate their lives. So that means whatever we use to dictate our life or give our life meaning is being put in God's place. And that's the Bible definition of sin. And according to that definition of sin, even doing good can be sin if it replaces God in our life. And here's the interesting thing. Sin, putting something else in God's place, is what leads to sins, doing the bad things. But sin is the problem. Sin is the disease, and sins are simply the symptoms.
Let me give you an example. Think of a friend who has asthma. This disease makes breathing difficult and can cause terrible distress. Sometimes your friend will be symptom-free, and other times they'll have terrible symptoms. But the problem is actually the disease. You couldn't say to them, "Today's a good day, you're cured," because there is no cure.
And humans are just like that with sin. Sometimes we can be symptom-free, we can look like we're good people, but we always have the disease. And with sin, Jesus is the only treatment. Jesus is the only way we can stop rejecting God and come into relationship with Him. Do you want that? Do you want relationship with God? Do you want your sin dealt with by Jesus? Then you need to investigate Christianity and ask your questions and find some answers. Check out the other videos on this webpage for more graphic faith explanations.